Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Towns. As you have probably noticed, I've been slacking off in the past few days. There is a reason for that. It's not a sad one for a change. It's actually quite a positive one, and one I'm fairly excited about. Uh, as I have more than likely mentioned in one of the past videos, there are some exciting news for me. Namely, I finally managed to obtain a laptop. Did I set my counter now? I think I did. um, which means it's quite a decent machine, so I can run a few games I'm unable to run on this one. Um, the downside is it doesn't have a microphone plug, so I don't know if I can use a microphone for it. Oh look, there's a Skotenbieten getting dragged to our farm, so I suppose it's getting finished now. Um, yeah, so I don't know if I can maintain a decent audio quality if the audio is indeed of an acceptable quality. Oh look, we're shooting a badger. Die, you little sucker. Um, where was I? Right, a laptop. So, there may be more Let's Plays coming, as this laptop is capable of running games that this computer you are currently not seeing, but that I'm currently playing on, is not capable of running. Assuming I can find a decent solution for the audio issues, which not issues, but I still have to test actually recording on it. I did download the Open Broadcaster software, which is something this machine can't run because it's still on Windows XP, and I'm too lazy to change that, although I probably should. So yeah. Oh look, we have another siege. No, it's still the old siege, right? Yeah, I think it's still the old siege. Anyway, uh, there's that. Another, well, that's not a reason for me slacking off, actually. However, it was one of the reasons because I had to do some things. Actually, got it before Christmas, slightly before Christmas. But the touchpad, you know, the little thing that allows you to not need a mouse anymore, was kind of broken. It stopped working after like 3 days, and I don't suppose it was due to heavy usage. So I had to get that fixed. I had to mail it back and got a new one. So it's all fun. Um, I was actually never the person to consider a laptop to be something you need. However, there was an episode that kind of converted me. Um, we had I was part of a group when I got an assignment at the university, and you know how it goes. You get a task as a group, and you all have to sit together and work on it. And so did we. And we agreed to meet at the university at the library at some point. And I was there. I was like 5 minutes late, but I was there, and put out my pen and paper because that's how I usually did those things. And everyone else was putting out their laptops, and I was like, okay, that's kind of awkward now. And look, we got a new hero. And considering he started by punching a boar, it was to be expected to be a Highlander. Anyway, that kinda pushed me towards, okay, I'll finally get one of the bloody things. Mostly because it's mostly for studying, but considering it is quite powerful, well, I don't know how powerful the thing actually is, but considering it can run a variety of games that I can't on this one, I suppose I will also use it for that. After all, just using Office applications you need for studying would be a waste of potential, right? Anyway, um, that being said, I still have to test a few things. For example, the sound, and I still have to get used to OBS, the Open Broadcaster software. Once this is done, there may be other Let's Plays. Actually, there will more than likely be other Let's Plays. However, there were other things that kept me away. One being the Goebbels, which have decided to be more trouble than they needed to be, or have decided they need to be more trouble than they currently were. Anyway, it was a bit of a nuisance to deal with them because I had to separate them. They just didn't get along well. Actually, they didn't get along at all, and I didn't want them to kill each other, so I had to set things up for that. Yeah, I'm looking at you over there. And yeah, that took a while. I'm still not sure how to rectify that because it's not a perfect situation either. Right now they are both separated and both alone, which is not the recommended way to keep them, but I currently didn't have an option. As I said, they were just attacking each other quite violently when they actually see each other, so there is no chance. I tried to follow the instructions on various Goebbels related web pages on how to get them together and how to get them to not kill each other upon meeting, but those kind of failed. They also said that there is always a chance that it just doesn't work, and yep, it didn't work in this case. So that was fun. When I tried to put them together, I wore a pretty thick leather glove because that was one of the most useful suggestions on that page. It was, if you do it, get thick gloves because you really need those. They are usually not aggressive. They are not. I mean, they didn't bite me yet, but when they are fighting, they just bite everything, and I was quite glad I had that glove because they were biting like straight through it, and I just missed my finger under the glove because it's such a thick glove. But they bit straight through it, and I was quite happy to have that glove. It was actually worth the money. It's something probably every rodent owner has, and probably every rodent owner should have, because it's really important for your personal safety when dealing with the animals. Anyway, there is another reason why I didn't record, and that is being XCOM Enemy Unknown. As you probably don't know, I've been playing the old XCOM Apocalypse way back in the days. Back in the, I think at the end of the 90s. I don't know how old the game actually is. I also played XCOM Terror from the Deep very briefly, only at a friend's house. I saw it once, so that's very little to speak of. But I played a lot of XCOM Apocalypse, and I always liked it. So of course I ended up trying out the remake, which is great as it stands. It is vastly dumbed down. It's a lot easier, a lot more newcomer friendly, which I suppose is fine. I mean, it could have used a bit more of complexity, but then again, the old one might have overcomplicated it. For example, I remember the Apocalypse one giving you the complete control over the of your agent's weaponry, and I don't think they had classes. I know there were distinct races, like there were kind of aliens, mutants with enormous psionic powers. There were androids, which were immune to one of the most annoying attacks there were, which was the so-called brain sucker, a little thing that was literally, it was like a face grab. It jumped at your agents and controlled them, and androids were immune to that. So those were useful. What else was there? And yeah, right before the first mission, you got the chance to get used to everything, and the fact that there was no tutorial to speak of in the game, it's not like you have nowadays, made things a lot harder. Because you really had to either read the manual, which was quite a solid piece of paper back then, or you had to learn by doing, which was fine as well, but it was a bit difficult. Anyway, the game was fun, and yeah, the decisions were quite hard because I could spend quite a lot of time considering whether I wanted to bring a heavy gun, how much ammunition I wanted to bring for every kind of gun. There were several kinds of ammunition for several guns, so you did have to consider that as well. And yeah, that was just so much stuff to take into consideration. Did you want to capture aliens alive, which you had to do at some point? Did you want to kill them? Did you want to avoid civilian damage because your most of your operations were in government-owned buildings or like in apartment complexes and office buildings and that, so you didn't want to rack the places up too much. Um, it wasn't pretty, but it was fun. Um, of course, the new one is quite pretty, especially compared to the old standards. Um, it is fun. It is, as I said, very simple. Although I won't miss having to search through a 32-story building for one bloody alien, because that was not as much fun. If you have to look into every office cube just to find that one thing that got the instant turn for a second and killed your agent, and you had to move all the other agents back to that point and hope you could still catch the alien. So there's that, which I don't miss at all. Um, there is resource management. It has everything I like. Yeah, it has leveling up your guys and objectives and all sorts of fun. So I like it, and I do recommend it. I hope I get to let's play it at some point because that would be amazing. I might let's play the old one right on this machine when I get a version of it, and we just paused. No, we didn't pause the game. We just paused the crafter here for whatever reason. What are you doing? Rowan Tybalt. Tybalt. When did I start this video? I think we are almost at the 15-minute mark. Did I start recording? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, I have 1 minute left. Just making sure here. Did you move? Or yeah, you did. Okay. So you're beginning the next one. I suppose you just had a pathing problem when all of the scaffolds decayed. So where was I? Yeah, anyway, I've been having a blast with that, and probably too much fun because, as I said, it kind of delayed my recording process. So, sorry about that. I did get back to recording already, so there's nothing you can say there. But yeah, I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing that much. Oh look, we got another hero here. We got 6 heroes. Bergo Rom Myth Mirail. Apparently the Elven Archer has arrived. So I suppose, and that's just a wild guess, your heroes arrive in the order that you build things for them. So I think I built this and then this, which is why we got this room filled and none of those rooms filled, although I didn't build anything in those either. So forget about that, but I think it is chronological. Anyway, now that we do have an Elven Archer, and by God, is that annoying? Flatten those, please. Yeah, so we have an Elven Archer now, which is awesome. Now we need to get them something to do. Because as it stands, we have the level of the dungeon down here. No, wait, down here. You can unflatten them now. No, down here. We have this fully explored, which is pretty amazing. And which reminds me, I have a comment to respond. Suggested to have. Oops, there is the end of the episode. Suggested to have something mined out here. I'll have to look it up, and I will get to that in the next episode. Also, let's just quickly check where my miners are currently busy at. You are eating, sleeping. You are not busy at all. I do remember giving them quite a lot of stone to mine out here, or down here. Yeah, it was down here. So they're still busy doing that, which is fine. I'll have to look up where it was suggested to mine. I will mine there. Mind you. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. And yeah, all of this and probably more in the next episode. So I'll see you then. Bye.